So what you saw me do in the first video was make a vector called x1 that consisted of 1, 2, 3, 4. So it started at 1, it went to 4, and it incremented by 1. And so that's what we're going to do right here is we're going to find a faster way to do this, because I might want to make a vector that say starts at 1 and goes to 10,000. I don't want to have to type all that in. And so what you can do, especially if you want to make a vector that's just increments in values of 1, you can do something like this. Let's say I want to start at 2 and I want to go up to 20. Okay, I just put a colon in between the two numbers and I've assigned that to y1 there, and you'll see that I get a vector that starts at 2. There's an increment of 1 in between every value in there, goes up to 20. Now you're not stuck with just doing increments of 1. Let me clear this out for us here. You can do increments of any size you want. So, but to do that, you have to use a sequence operator. Let me get that out of the way. Or a sequence function. Sequence function looks like this. It's just seq, and you have the parentheses on it. And what you have to do is you have to tell it where you want to start from. Maybe I want to start at 3.1. And then you have to say where you want to go to. Let's say I want to go to 22. And I want to increment by values of 0.5. And so I just type in something like that. And I hit return on it. And you'll notice I loaded this up into my environment. So if I want to see it over here in the console, I have to type it in. And there's my vector. And it starts at 3.1, 3.6. So these are increments of 0.5. And you notice I told it to go up to 22. It didn't quite get there because an increment of 0.5 after that would take you to 22.1. So it stopped at 21.6. That's just what happens with it. If you want it to actually get to 22, what you can do is you can tell it to do something like this. And I'm just going to pull up the previous command here. And instead of telling it how big the increments are, you tell it how many values you want in your final vector. Say I want 10 values in my final vector. I can change that option to a length equaling 10. And then what I get when I look at my vector, and let me just bring that up for us, is I get a vector that's got 10 elements in it. They're all the values are equally spaced in the middle there. So this looks like it's going up in values 2.1. Okay, so that's how you can make a sequential vector.